Going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank, and today I'm going to be talking about Black Sherif. Black Sherif. Why am I going to be talking about Black Sherif? Because recently I did a show and I was talking about Afro beats and I was talking about music, and I was asked, what kind of music I like, and I got some comments, that I should check out some Ghanaian music, right? Because the controversy is, why is it that people like Burna Boy, blows up, and people like Black Sherif don't blow up as big as like Burna Boy, right? And about support and all these things, and why they're not big, or whoever heard of what. And I made a video talking about how here in America, we don't know any Ghanaian rappers. And the only people that know about Ghana, how am I supposed to say this? Ghanaians? Okay. Ghanaians, I think. Because I think somebody corrected me. It's not Ghanaians, it's Ghanaians. The reason why this is from an African-American perspective, because this is where the money is. Let's just keep it real. The money is made over here. You got to come over here. You have to get into the black community. If you don't get into the black community, if you don't get the cosign from the black community, it's not going to work. That's just how that's going to work. Period. Right? You got to check in. That's the situation that everybody in the black world has when coming here, because this is America. That's what we do over here, right? And if we're listening to it, that means the white people gonna listen to it, because the white people listen to whatever we listen to. If we say it's cool, they're gonna be like, oh shit, it's cool, because they said it's cool, because they emulate us. That's how it works over here. So once we co-sign it, they see us singing it, they see us doing whatever, they're on it. That's where the executives go and pull you and bring you in. Now all of a sudden you're doing concerts in front of hundreds of thousands of white people, okay? Because they're the ones who spends all the money on black artists. That's where these black artists make all their money, with white people, right? Black people do participate and spend their money with the black artists, but there's just so many more white people, and they're obsessed with us. Understand, these people are obsessed with us. They eat, live, breathe us, good, bad, or indifferent, and they will pay top dollar for tickets to see one of us that's made a star in this country. You understand? They will pay top dollar to see African Americans. They be like, since we are musically inclined as well, we're going to critique the music more. We're going to be more critical of it, because it's within our vein. It's within our sphere. Everybody else, they're in the audience for real, because them people don't make music like us. Anyway, anyhow, and when they do, they're elevated by us, and they become superstars, i.e. Eminem. There's plenty of people who can rap just as good and passionate and deep as Eminem, and they're black, but because Eminem's white and he can do it, and he's exceptional, and he never tried to really be black, he has actual skill. That's why he's elevated to the point that he is. But there's plenty of rappers that rap better than him that don't get any recognition, all right, when it comes to just MCing, all right? But back to Black Sherif. So some of the Ghanaians said I should check out Black Sherif. Apparently he's one of the big artists in Ghana, right? And I've never heard of this guy. So I YouTubed it. I said, let me go ahead and listen to this man's music. Let me do some actual research so I can know what I'm talking about. Because some people from Ghana said, hey, you need to do your research. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and do this research so I can know what I'm talking about. I've been listening to Black Sherif about an hour. Everything I can find on Black Sherif. And let me tell you something about Black Sherif. Black Sherif is a global superstar in the making. There's absolutely there's no reason why this dude is not one of the biggest, if you call it rappers out of Ghana. He's a global superstar. He is this dude got it all. He got charisma, he got bars, he got swag, his engineers make good music. He's authentic. He's got, there's nothing this dude ain't got. Nothing. There's nothing. So that begs the question, why is this guy not right there next to Burna Boy? Why is this guy not right there? Because this dude got everything. This dude should be in America. I should be listening to his music in the club. Now, from my perspective as an African American, this is what I observed. Now, me being a world traveler and being the kind of person I am, and being a person who grew up around a lot of ethnicities, I have a very good ear for English in all kinds of dialects, all kinds of different ways, pidgin, all. I'm not saying I can fluently, but I can get along. I can listen to Nigerian pidgin English. I can get along just fine. I watch the movies. I practice by watching the movies and the TV shows when they're speaking pidgin. You got to kind of open up your ear because they're speaking English, right? The same with the Caribbean. I grew up around Caribbean, so I'm able to pick up their accents and I'm able to hear it and understand what they're saying most of the time. I'm not saying like I'm perfectly fluent in listening to it and understanding everything, but I can get along. No matter where I am, I can get along. And I can do that in Europe, anywhere in the world, whether using an accent. I've mastered the art of understanding, at least to the capability of getting along, right? To get along. If they're speaking English, I'm good, right? No matter where I'm at, Asia, Europe, Africa, anywhere, I'm good, right? I have that talent, right? But I know everybody doesn't have that talent. Everybody can't do that, right? And one thing I noticed that the majority of Americans would not understand a word he was saying. Now I know he's speaking English and he throws his traditional slang on top of it, but if I was not as talented as I am, I would have absolutely no idea what he's saying. Because even I was having a hard time with his accent because it's real strong. So what I would do, I would recommend, if I don't even know if it's possible, because I know people can turn it off and on. He speaks English. I know he knows how to turn it off. I don't know if he knows how to rap with it off. Or with not off, but down. If he can, like Burna Boy, right? We can understand Burna Boy even when he's at his strongest point of accent because of the way he reflects his voice. He makes sure we can kind of understand it, right? Same with the Caribbean artists, all the Jamaican artists. When they come to America and when they're in the market, they make it so we can understand them, right? Because out of all the people who speak English, Jamaicans got the strongest accent out of everybody. I'm telling you, they got the strongest. When they get going, out of all the Caribbean islands, out of all the African pidgin English speaking, out of all the Floridians and Louisianians, all that, out of all the dialects of English, Jamaicans got the strong. When they get going, they got the strong. They speak a whole nother language. At this point, they speak another language, right? Even when they come over here, they don't abandon their accent. They don't neglect their accent. They don't disrespect their accent at all, or their authenticity of their music. But they do scale it to cater it slightly so that we can understand it, so we can go along with the song, so that we can remember the bars. Because this dude is spitting bars. The dude is a genius. This guy's a superstar. Period. Like straight up. Right? This guy's music should be playing over here. I would bump to that. Everybody would bump to this. Everybody would. You can feel it. This dude is legit. So I would say do that. I would say if it's possible, I can't, I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I would say if he were to do that, that would help a lot. Another thing, management. Who is managing this dude? Right? Who the hell is, whoever is managing him needs to be fired. All right, respectfully, because even with that strong accent, I would have him on a plane in America, in all the black Caribbean clubs, in all the festivals where there's black people. In Washington D.C., you should be here. There's Nigerians, there's Ghanaians here. Deep. In black people, this is where he should be. New York, Florida. He should be everywhere. He should be in the Caribbean. He should be performing in Caribbean islands as well. They'll bump to that. He should be in the UK. They'll bump even if they don't understand what he's saying, they still gonna bump to it because we black. So we don't actually need to understand what each other is saying when it comes to music, because y'all know we got that thing. right? The same way we listen to French singers, we don't know what they're saying, but we as black people can understand what they're saying in a different language, in our language, in that musical language. I can understand what he's saying and I know that African Americans, I know that Caribbeans, I know that wherever he goes outside of Ghana, even if he goes to Nigeria, he should be in Nigeria performing, right? This dude is a superstar. Whoever's managing him he needs new management. Somebody needs to put him on a plane, and he needs to be everywhere with everybody, right? And also, he's gonna have to, I don't know what his personality is like. I don't know if he's a humble dude, or what. I'm gonna make an assumption that he is humble. But as a young man, we all know we got egos, and he's a black young man. So as a black young man, I don't care if he's from Ghana, Nigeria, Washington, D.C., he's a black man, and black men all got big ass egos, especially when they're in these type of fields. It kind of requires it. But he's going to have to remember, that even though he believes he's a big fish, even though his people who support him know and believe he's a big fish, right? The rest of the world don't know he's a big fish. And the only way he's going to be able to let the world know that he's a big fish is if he's humble enough, right? And allow the bigger fish, the ones that he feels like he's bigger than, the one that he in his heart and his people who will support him know that he's bigger than, as far as they are concerned from their perspective, he's going to have to humble himself, right? And respect the big fish, because they got there, right? They got there, and they got there for a reason. And he most definitely need to be there. Honestly, I'm not gaslighting nothing. He most definitely need to be there. So if he's having an ego problem, like most rappers, most artists do, and sometimes those egos, those big heads, those realizations of one's talent, right, can get in the way of their actual achieving what their goals are. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to just, he has to be a unity type of dude. You can't be tribalistic. You can't be Ghana only. Once you step outside, you got to be a world Africa. You got to be for everybody. You got to be, you rep Ghana hard, but you got to be for everybody. You got to be, if you're not for everybody, then everybody not going to be for you, because they're going to be buying you. They're buying who you are. Only person to know the only people that's going to know that he's great are the ones that get to hear him be great. But if he don't put himself in a position for people to hear him, then just like many other people, their greatness will be stifled. But Black Sherif, after doing my research, I do believe he should be right up there with Burna Boy. He should be competing for that #1 spot. He should be winning Grammys. He should be performing, women Emmys or whatever them damn awards, and performing at the biggest stages in the world. But he's going to have to make some fundamental different changes in his business, right? Whoever is managing him, he needs a new manager, because I don't care if I can't. They don't understand. I'm still going to send them out there. They just going to bump to, like I said, they're going to bump to it anyway. He needs exposure. All right. And that requires you to be worldly. And like I said, you're going to be for everybody, and you got to understand that. So that's the first artist out of Ghana that I'm doing a review on. I'm going to look at some other ones, because I saw there were some other recommendations. So I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to do the same critique. But like I said, from an African American's perspective, I've never ever heard his music. By listening to his music, my first-hand reaction is everything that I just said. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you would like me to do more things like this, maybe critiquing like from an African American perspective, and like a normal person, with competence, you can give me an artist you want me to talk about and highlight, or an actor, or architect, or whatever. If it's somebody you think should be world renowned, or at least within the Black Diaspora, within the Pan-African sphere, just let me know. I do my research and I talk about it. Anyway, tell me what you guys think about this in the comments section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.